It's nuts how brutal and stupid the military mindset is in this community, because they see it as, we're the greatest country in the whole world because of the brutal military mindset of these wackadoodles in this community. And, they had the one dude on the news, they'll throw you off the top of the wall to distract people, to get other people, make lots of money off bringing it in. Okay, just live the Lord's Prayer. And then I think to myself, that motherfucker must not know I exist, just like Tom Homan is like, no. Susanna Martinez to the Koch brothers and Todd Garrison know who I am. And the whole family, they treat me like shit. It's like, gosh, damn. And these people, I swear, he goes to Mesilla Valley Christian. He probably goes home and prays to his alter ego for salvation. And you're like, really? Just live the Lord's Prayer, you fucking idiots. Okay, gosh, damn. This man cusses at me a lot. Yeah, you prayed to Jesus. Okay. This motherfucker will not live the Lord's Prayer. He's a motherfucker. Yeah, he is. Oh, Jesus is the one that, during my granny's funeral. They're assholes. I'm like, what? He goes, all of them. They're all assholes. I'm like, Jesus, that's not nice to say about my family. Earl? They took your kids and gave them back to Amy. After Amy had cyber sex in front of your kids, and then they're like, oh, and all their business partners at church and their, that they do to support political clients for their, hey, throw the person off the top of the wall. We need to make more money. And you're just like, wow, you silly little pickle, you silly little pea. And you keep walking, but you will not make it fall. Keep walking. I was like, do we really need another fucking cartoon for money? That's a rhetorical question, you blatantly stupid, retarded, insane assholes, And you get this, when I was out in the shed out there shooting, after I made that last video, I was like, about jet fuel, the main cog in killing Patrick's grandparents, jet fuel, because they were poor and lived by the airport. And when I worked at Southwest Airlines. We live, is one of the worst parts of town is down by the airport, where all the poor people live, because the airport's not in Scottsdale. It's near the poor people, right? All the people in Scottsdale, they have a regional airport that's, jet fuel and got the and so they're just assholes, Oh, go do it by the poor people. Yeah, they're fucking jerks, and you're going to go make money to pay other people's extortion. Okay. Money can't save you, kid. I guess they don't trust Bob Marley or me or none of these fuckers. They're crazy. Their brains just don't work. They're crazy ass motherfuckers. And are you trying to talk to them, but they don't listen? And it's crazy. And it's, they're like Leon Spinks. They're so dumb. We took their driver's license away. They walked into a telephone pole. They dumb, right? And so you're just like, fuck. Yeah. No, I used to sit there and think, well, this is that. It's like, no, my own family's this way. Okay. My own son. It's like, Patrick, I'm proud of you. You protected a 13-year-old beautiful young lady from being sexually predicated on by your fellow military vets. But why are you oh, never mind. You feel compromised. Yeah. Well, I felt that way too. I wasn't in that position. I couldn't protect her. I would have just put myself in a horrible position to be incarcerated and abused by a bunch of perverts here that put us in that position. I'm glad he came and helped me keep her at home and keep her safe and protect her from the perverts, the predatory perverts in the military that give us the Epstein files and the Clinton administration and the Obama administration. I didn't know what a creep Obama was. I thought he was a really nice guy, man. I thought he was like the Kennedys and Shabazz and King. Well, King did. I understand that, but no, Shabazz is a good man. Okay, upside down and backwards. Okay, he tells that he's a pragmatic person. He told you why he did criminal things, why he did, his reaction to the way he was treated and his reaction to his conditions. And he was very pragmatic, very honest, and tells you why he did something and then learned from it and realized it wasn't good. No, he's, Shabazz is a very good dude. Okay. You guys can talk shit about him and stuff like that, but It's harder with me with King. We don't have as much conversations because he comes from Bradley Upper Crust Negroes the third. You know, like Professor, what was her name again? Hendricks at ASU. Yeah, he came from those elite niggas. You know, you ever seen Nothing But a Man on Five and Dixon and Abby Lincoln? Well, he came from Abby Lincoln's parents' family thing. You know, and so where Malik came from, his dad was not from elitist. He was just, I must stand my ground, and they have to kill me to take my land and away from my wife and my kids, and they did. And I don't come from elitist. I don't come from landed aristocracy. I come from the people that, I come from the we not kings. Okay, we not kings. That's how they bastardized us and put us into they shit. We the gracious good shepherd, y'all. David's not a king. Jesus isn't a king. That's what they call us, but it ain't. That's advertising. We are the gracious good shepherd. We remind everybody God is God, and there is no God but God, and God is not begotten, nor is God begotten. God always is, always has been, and always will be. And this asshole, we are latent despots. We are the divine. They're assholes. They are. But they care if you win Dancing with the Stars, y'all. Okay. More money, more money, more money. Money can't save you, kid. Y'all need to listen to Nesta, And advertising just totally sucks. It's disgusting. People are being thrown off the top of walls between over there in El Paso. So people can make money off of smuggling people because their environment is being destabilized by the CIA. Like healthcare. Okay, let's take into account healthcare. Like people, why didn't you do this and that and that? Because if I go get diagnosed with cancer or whatever and stuff like that, they're going to give me drugs. And they're going to give me also the psychoval things and give me drugs because of what was in my system to kill me. That's my healthcare plan. Okay, I'm not Robin Roberts, assholes. You have no idea how healthcare works, does you? It's the same thing like with Patrice and the rich lady when Corey was being born. Corey was born in the emergency room entrance because she had state insurance. The other lady that gave birth that night that was rich, she was born in the little thing like me and Amy because when me and Amy we had with Crummy. There wasn't that many people in the hospital. And I walked her down there, and the little nurses took us down into the room. It was sweet. They were sweethearts. It was 3 basically nurses. Same like with Amy and my Gracie bird. My Gracie. Yeah. It was nurses. And the doctor, he never came in. The nurses delivered the baby. And same thing happened with crumb cake. And so it wasn't the doctor gets, the crazy doctor, but wasn't Dr. Jananzi. It was Noah. I mean, with Noah, it was Dr. Jananzi, and he had his umbilical cord around the neck, and he knew, and he's a good doctor. Yeah. Dr. Jananzi, I liked him a lot. Yeah. He was also a general practitioner in Africa before he came here and started practicing medicine here. He worked on Amy's foot, and he helped her, and he did a lot of things and stuff. He was a really good man and a really good doctor. I really appreciated him a lot. Dr. Jananzi is from Nigeria. He's a good man. I appreciated him. Dr. Bradley here was a good guy. He just was, he had 2 other things going, and then he knew his team, and they had it, and everything was checked, and they did all the things, and we're going to induce it because of the gestational diabetes, and they did, and Emily shot across her room, big fish. The lady caught her, and you could see Aggie Memorial Stadium outside the window. And she caught her. I was sitting there because I was holding the bedpan for Amy. Amy was throwing up. And Emily shot out. It was so cute. And she put her in the thing, and she had her mommy's lips. So cute. Oh my gosh, it was so adorable. Yeah. She was so cute. And then I brought the kids in to come see her, and I stole all of Mom's food, especially Noah and Natalie, who's stealing her cookies. They brought Mom's food in, and my kids are there. Oh, the pirates came in and they're taking your food. Look at the baby. What? Mom, look at the baby. They were funny. No, they're Amy's kids. Yeah, they were funny. Oh, God, they were hilarious. Never a dull moment. And they were fun. Oh, they were, and Emily was cute and amazing when we had Snuggy the Buggy. She was so adorable. Baby. Oh, she was a good big sister. She was awesome with Crummy. So she helped change the diapers, and he's so sweet, and he was a sweet baby. He really was a good baby. Yeah. Well, he knew. He always had the kids around. When he came out, okay, he didn't even cry. He just looked around and said, "Wait a minute, that's not dumbass and this." Okay, where's dumbass, Noah, Emily, and Buggy? Where Natalie? Her and Amy were getting in it at that time. Well, Amy was Natalie. Ooh, yeah. Remember Amy with the Natalie with the what was it? When Amy left, she came back home singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead." Hi ho, the merry-o. And I'm like, Natalie, Emily's, Kate's doesn't know. Kate didn't know what was going on, but Emily's still very upset, and so is Noah. So, knock it off, keep it down. Okay, you may have got into it with her, and she might have been really shitty to you, but the other two, are upset. They're gonna miss her. And she caught herself because when we came here, I have to put that on the MP3. Things been a lot better since the bitch is gone, But if I had $1, I'd give you 99. Little Miss can't be wrong. That's what she called her mom. Been a lot better since the bitch is gone. I was like, Natalie Michelle, Natalie. I always tried to tell her is like, I told her, you can learn from people what to do. Like my dad taught me, you can learn what to do as well as what not to do, right? And when you can learn from other people's mistakes, it makes you a better person instead of having to make those mistakes yourself, right? It's like I told her with my parents. I said, my parents in a lot of ways were like my Christ figure. You can sit there and see the things that they do, and then my wife's treated me way worse, way the fuck worse, okay, than my mom ever treated my dad. And my dad still gets about Marianne. She did this and she did that. Well, I understand why she did it. And I understood exactly why she did everything. Why she wanted to sell the house, why she wanted to go to Washington. I understand everything. She told me everything. Okay? There was no real secrets. I was mom's confidant. Mom told me everything. Earl, where there's this and that, because she needed help. And then she'd always come and tell, Earl, you got to do this. That's why I had to sleep on the floor and had back problems trying to play basketball in high school and stuff. Because I would sit there, I was like, Mom, and she'd be like, Earl punches up my ass and wants this and Val's. And I was like, okay, Mom, okay. And then when she finally got the money, she bought me that, and I got to choose between a twin bed like all the girls had or a queen size water bed with baffles. What do you think I chose? They're both the same price. I'll take the waterbed. That's what happens when you wait. I had lots of fun on that waterbed. Yeah. Only a little bit with Steffi, not really, because by then we'd gotten back home. When I had it here. It was waiting for me. And by then she, became full out of the closet lesbian and only had me live in the house and would throw me out and we'd have sex, but usually it was in the bathroom. Made it to the bedroom, give her a shower and stuff. No, not really. She had sex with other people on that bed. And then her and the one crazy bitch ruined it. They couldn't get out of the thing. They didn't know how to pump it out. So the one girl took it, she cut it, and then they drained it with buckets. And I was like, you roll it with a thing and oh, God damn. She was so dumb. It's like, do you just pay attention to the tits? You don't check them for IQ points? No, Amy wasn't stupid by any means. And neither was Steph, okay? But they could hook up in sexual relationships with the dumbest motherfuckers and crazy bitches on the whole fucking planet. You'd like, okay, like I used to tell him all the time, you and your fucking leg lifters from the goddamn bar. And Steffi, the same thing. Only, Deb had penis envy, and it's all, and Char and all of it. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, these women were just like, whoa. Yeah, I was like, ah. No. I never got that far. No, my wife's for real good at selling themselves. Tell me everything I want to hear. You know, how to turn a good man, how to get rid of a bad man, how to turn a bad man into a good man, how to, cosmopolitan and learn from their mothers and their aunties and, old Aunt Alice. Once you get their kids, you can get them to do anything you want them to do. Or they'll lose their kids, and a good man will do what he has to do to keep his kids. And old Aunt Alice was right. Shit. It's just mean. It is. Money sucks, and so do bitchy women, and so do men that think with their dick. Oh, go push somebody off the wall for money, you stupid fucking cowards.